So this is my lovely client Jenna, and I just wanted to show you the initial part of the treatment where we have numbed Jenna's brows. So we've drawn on, we've used our measurements to do that, and we're now just letting the numbing take place before we actually start the procedure. The reason that we put plastic over the brows is to create some warmth and heat, which helps the numbing cream just work that little bit more efficiently. So what we're going to do with Jenna today is give some warmth into her brows. So the one brow in particular has gone slightly ashy. So to do this, what we're going to do is correct it with a golden corrector colour. So we're going to put the colour into the ink cartridge, and then we'll apply that initially, which will give her brow the warmth that we want, that will complement her skin tone and her hair colour. Okay, so what I wanted to explain now was the difference between handheld microblading and digital blading. So with a handheld microblade, the technician would use a tool like this with a blade that would fit into the handpiece. All of this is disposable, and you're relying on the technician's pressure to actually scratch the skin and then implant the colour in the skin. What we're actually doing with Jenna today is a digital method. As I explained earlier, Jenna has had a bit of ashiness appear in her brow, so we're going to be using a golden corrector. And I personally like to work with a ring so that I can keep dipping. So this is a digital method machine. So here we have the cartridge at the end, and we have different speeds that we can actually work at over the brow. So I'm just going to show you now how we implant some of the colour into the brow. So we work quite slowly. You may see some of the ashy colour there. And what we do is basically just bring the tattoo needle down into the skin, working quite slowly, because what we want is that colour to actually bring through some warmth on those brows for Jenna. So we're literally just moving up the brow like so, and then we would wipe, and there you can see immediately that warmth going into the brow, and we work over the whole brow like that. So I'll be back in a short while to show you the brow once we're adding the colouring that we want. So we're back on Jenna's brows, and here I've got an example of, this is the brow that we've put the golden corrector on, and then this is the other brow where we've put golden corrector and then we've gone over with the brown. So you can see it's immediately added warmth into the brow. We've sat her up, we've checked the alignment, and now we're coming back over this brow to correct with the brown. So I'm just going to turn my machine on, and you will see, just tilt your head that way, lovely, as it goes in, and you can see it's not, at this point now, she's totally numbed up, so she's very comfortable. So we're just at the moment working down the tail, over that orange colour, and we're working up, and we're just very slowly implanting our colour. So once we've done a small piece, we're going to wipe, and you can see that the orange just starting to disappear underneath that brow. And what that orange does is eradicates that ashiness, so it's a contra colour. so it gives warmth across the brow. So when she's healing, she's going to heal warmer, not ashier. And there you can see that brown starting to build up, the difference between the red and the brown. And that's what we do as a gradual process across the whole brow. So I'll come back shortly once I've done some more on this brow and you can see how the colour's going. So here we are with Jenna, and these are her finished brows. So we've had a chat about aftercare. You'll probably notice on Jenna here, this brow, she actually has quite a significant amount of hair, but since her last treatment on this brow we have had quite some hair growth coming through, and there is some baby hair that's actually growing near the top here. So what I've recommended to Jenna is, once she heals, we're going to put some aftercare balm on today. This will moisturise and help prep the skin, and then we're going to dry heal. So she's not going to get them wet. She's going to wipe any lymph fluid away by dabbing, using sterile water from the kettle, and then dabbing them dry. She's not adding anything to those brows. Once her scabs fall off, she's going to come back in and we're going to do a nice tint on the hair, so that the hair will then match the colour of the brow underneath, to give her that more natural look. So thanks for listening today. I will post the before and after pics at the end of the pic, just as a refresher, and I will see you again soon.